OMG. Ladies and gentlemen, I just got off a 4.5-hour Zoom call with my number one source, and we've got two major updates that I want to bring to you guys. This is major intel on Ohio State's 2023 class and their 2024 class. And guys, I am ready and willing to make a complete prediction on Caleb Downs' recruitment. That's going to be coming up later in the video. I'm going to shoot my shot. And guys, my track record so far has been absolutely impeccable. But I want to bring to your attention a class of 2024 5-star superstar cornerback, Ellis Robinson IV, who is from IMG Academy. He was originally born in Connecticut, and then I think he moved to New York, now has moved to IMG. And guys, we've got intel. He recently visited Ohio State on a multi-day, unofficial visit. This is a major move for the Buckeyes, and I am being told Ohio State wants a top 2 cornerback class of Ellis Robinson IV and Bryce West. That is their current number 1 and number 2 cornerbacks wish list for the class of 2024. And this first multi-day visit for Ellis was so important to open dialogue with him, as Ohio State's defensive staff continues to do a great job on the recruiting trail. And guys, the Ohio State defensive staff is only going to recruit better because a lot of these guys are unproven, meaning they're selling themselves. They're not able to sell what they've done on the field. A lot of these guys haven't been given a chance to show just how good the Ohio State defense can be under Jim Knowles. So right now, Ohio State, Ellis Robinson IV, they are trending for him. You look, it has Georgia as the crystal ball leader. They're certainly going to be in on him. Alabama is another team that's going to be in on him, I'm told. But Ohio State, this was such a key visit, and they've got their top 2 cornerback targets, Ellis Robinson IV and Bryce West, who should be a lot easier to get. He is an in-state guy, and Ohio State has really made an emphasis on getting in-state kids committed early so they can recruit. You look at Luke Montgomery. He's been on Ohio State's campus multiple times. In-state kid who commits, and there's an interesting situation with his brother Ryan Montgomery, who's apparently possibly a superstar big-time quarterback recruit in 2025. So Ohio State putting an emphasis on getting in-state players committed. They are pushing heavily for Bryce West to commit this summer. And Ellis Robinson IV, this is a major first visit to really open the dialogue. This kid is originally from the North. Again, I was told he was born in Connecticut, moved to New York, and then transferred down to IMG Academy in Florida, which is where a lot of big-time recruits from the North transfer down to get better competition, things like that. And that's what Robinson has done. So this is a major update. Ohio State opening dialogue, and they are going to be one of the top teams for Robinson, who's right now the number 14 overall player. But according to 247 Sports' solo rankings, he is the number 4 player in the nation. So this is a high-level recruit who we expect to be a 5-star throughout the entire recruiting process. This isn't one of those situations where it's early, it's speculation. This is like a Dylan Raiola type thing. Like, we know Dylan Raiola is going to be a top 5 player throughout the entire cycle. We know that. This is another kid we're looking at to be, a 5-star wire to wire. So that is major news on him. It's going to be Ohio State, Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama as the 3 major. But it was just so critical getting him on campus for a multi-day visit, opening dialogue, and really targeting him as your top tier cornerback targets for the class of 2024. But guys, I am ready after talking to my number one source in a massive Zoom call this morning. We detailed Caleb Downs' current recruitment, his entire timeline since childbirth until right this very moment as he's in Columbus on an official visit. And guys, I am ready to put my reputation on the line, and I am ready to make a bold prediction and say that Caleb Downs will be publicly in the Ohio State class by the end of July. That is my bold prediction. Guys, remember, I broke the Carnell Tate commitment and completely humiliated Tennessee fans. I broke the Brandon Inniss commitment when everyone said he was going to take visits. I said he's committing right after Carnell. It happened, and then I said Ohio State was going to go back to back to back with Noah Rogers, and then I was going to predict the Jeremiah Smith thing, but Arch Manning ruined it. I have a phenomenal reputation, guys. I'm telling you, this is my bold prediction. I am putting my reputation on the line. This is a major decision, and Caleb Downs, who's currently on an official visit, major recruit, he's a top 11 overall player in the country. Everyone thinks he's underrated. Everyone thinks he's a top 5 player in the country. Unbelievable safety prospect right now, down to 4 different schools. Notre Dame, probably the 4th place team. They're probably running in 4th. He had a really good official visit there, but they're probably on the back end of it. Marcus Freeman's done a great job, but it's not happening for them and Caleb Downs. Notre Dame tried selling Caleb Downs to be the next Kyle Hamilton, but they just got in the ball game too late. At least that's the intel that I've received. You've got Georgia, the home state school, currently sitting in 3rd place. Kind of surprising, honestly, with Georgia having 5 defensive first-round picks. You'd think they would be able to lock this kid up, but the relationships he has at Alabama and Ohio State, he did have a good official visit to Alabama. His father was very impressed. That's what we've been told. But guys, the bottom line, my #1 source drilled this home this morning. He said, listen, Caleb Downs goes into this official visit with Ohio State at the very worst tied for the lead. So guys, with that intel, with other things I'm hearing within Columbus, I am willing to make the prediction that Caleb Downs will be publicly, not silently, publicly committed to Ohio State by the end of July. This is Ohio State's #1 overall target right now. They landed the receipt. Certainly, they do need offensive tackles. We know that. We understand they need offensive tackles. They've got to land a good 1 or 2 good 4-star offensive tackles. I think they'll be able to do it. I do. It's not going to be a 5-star. It's not going to be Kane Proctor, unfortunately. But they should be able to build at least a little bit of depth along the offensive line. But this is, to me, this is their #1 overall prospect they're targeting is Caleb Downs, and they're absolutely rolling out the red carpet for him this weekend during his final official visit, with a decision coming in July, according to the latest intel that I've gathered. My #1 source has been on top of this, guys. We need to give him a shout out. He's done such a great job. All the credit goes to him. And this is a major development for Ohio State. So we've got a lot of guys currently on the campus in a major official visit this weekend. Justice Haynes is another one. They're trying to get in on him. We will see if they're, able to make any headway. Apparently, there's an opening. There's an opening with Justice and Ohio State. We know they want a 2 running back class. They've got Mark Fletcher. They want another running back because last year they only signed 1. It was acceptable. I mean, listen, recruiting after getting Trevion and Evan Pryor was going to be tough. So they got a low 4-star running back, Dalton Hayden. But now it's go time. You got to land a superstar. It was looking good for Richard Young. You just got out-recruited. Guys, the Richard Young thing, Alabama just out-recruited Ohio State. I'll be honest with you. They did. Richard Young is silently committed to Alabama, and he's a superstar. Alabama is just... Sometimes they just know how to recruit. It is what it is. But guys, Ohio State, major visits happening this weekend. Several different cornerback prospects. We've got Austin Novosad, who's a target at the quarterback position. Brock Glenn, a decision there. That should get that quarterback situation for the class of 2023 should be situated within the next week. Will it be Austin Novosad or Brock Young for Ryan Day? He wants Novosad. If he's not able to get Novosad, they will shift their full attention to Brock Glenn. Okay, so that is the situation when it comes to the quarterback, and Novosad is deciding within the coming days whether he wants to stay committed to Baylor or flip to Ohio State. I know there was also a rumor that he wants an offer from Texas A&M. He is from the state of Texas, and Texas A&M does need a quarterback, but right now they're unwilling to offer Novosad. At least that's the latest intel I've gathered on that situation. So guys, there's major stuff. My major prediction right now, Caleb Downs, my reputation's on the line. I'm saying Caleb Downs will be committed by the end of July, and then we've got major dialogue starting with the 2024 superstar 5-star cornerback, Ellis Robinson. That is just amazing. Ohio State is really entering their hat in the ring. It's so important, especially for the class of 2024. Develop the relationship as early as possible. That's what recruiting is now. You have to have the relationship developed as early as possible. Getting a guy like that on campus for a multi-day visit. He's from IMG. Maybe Carnell Tate can help a little bit. I know there was kind of a rumor these past few years that Ohio State is struggling with IMG, but getting Carnell Tate might be able to reverse that rumor because he's definitely going to be recruiting for Ohio State. He is an absolute superstar. These three receivers, they're such great kids. Brandon Inniss, Carnell Tate, Noah Rogers. These are some of the most talented athletes in North American sports today, guys. I'm not kidding you. They are superstars. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.